Have you ever wondered about the man who served the shortest term as a United States president? This man is none other than William Henry Harrison. A name that rings with historical significance, William Henry Harrison was the 9th president of the United States. His presidency, however, was incredibly brief, lasting a mere 32 days, the shortest tenure in United States presidential history. This diminutive term belies a fascinating life filled with military prowess, political ambition, and a relentless pursuit of leadership. From his early days in Virginia to his final moments in the White House, Harrison's life was marked by a relentless drive to serve his country. His short time as president is a testament to the twists and turns of fate that can shape our lives in unexpected ways. So, let's dive into the intriguing life of William Henry Harrison. Prepare to journey through time as we uncover the story of a man whose brief presidency left an indelible mark on American history. Born into a prominent Virginia family, William Henry Harrison's life was destined for greatness from a young age. The youngest of 7 children, Harrison was born in 1773 to a politically active family. His father, Benjamin Harrison, was one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence and served as Virginia's governor. With such a remarkable lineage, it was no surprise that young Harrison was encouraged to pursue a life of public service. Harrison's early education was steeped in classics and history. However, his academic journey took an unexpected turn when he decided to forego his medical studies in favor of a military career. In 1791, at the tender age of 18, Harrison joined the U.S. Army and was commissioned as an ensign. This marked the beginning of a military career that would span over 2 decades. Harrison's military service was most notable during the Northwest Indian War and the War of 1812. In the former, he served as an aide-de-camp to General Mad Anthony Wayne at the Battle of Fallen Timbers, which culminated in a decisive victory for the U.S. and a peace treaty with the Native American tribes. His bravery and tactical acumen during this conflict earned him a reputation as a capable military leader. In the War of 1812, Harrison's leadership was once again on display. He was appointed as the commander of the Army of the Northwest and led his troops to a significant victory at the Battle of the Thames. This victory not only solidified his status as a national war hero, but also marked a turning point in the war, leading to the end of hostilities in the Northwest. Harrison's military career was characterized by bravery, strategic prowess, and an unwavering commitment to his nation. His military successes not only made him a household name, but also laid a solid foundation for his subsequent political career. His military successes paved the way for his political career. Harrison's military reputation helped him gain political traction. This statement rings true for William Henry Harrison, whose political ascent was deeply entwined with his military exploits. His service in the War of 1812, where he led American forces against the British and their Native American allies, not only bolstered his reputation, but also paved the way for his political career. In the year 1800, he was appointed as the congressional delegate from the Northwest Territory. This role was significant as it oversaw the region that would become the states of Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Harrison was instrumental in pushing for the legislation that led to the division of the territory into smaller entities, thus setting the stage for their eventual statehood. His dedication and commitment to his role as a delegate didn't go unnoticed. In 1801, he was appointed as the governor of the Indiana Territory. As governor, Harrison was a strong advocate for westward expansion, a stance that was popular among the settlers of the territory but controversial among the Native American tribes. His political career didn't end there. After his service as governor, Harrison returned to the political sphere, this time in the U.S. Congress. He served as a representative from Ohio and later as a senator. His time in Congress was marked by advocacy for internal improvements and protective tariffs, issues that were of great concern to the citizens of Ohio. Harrison's political ascent was not a straight trajectory, but a series of ups and downs, victories and challenges. Yet through it all, he remained committed to his beliefs and principles. His military reputation gave him a strong start, but it was his dedication to public service and his ability to navigate the political landscape that solidified his place in American history. Harrison was slowly but surely making his mark in the political landscape. His journey from a military hero to a political figure is a testament to his resilience, determination, and commitment to serving his country. It's a story of political ascent that continues to inspire and motivate. In 1840, Harrison was the Whig Party's pick for the presidency. The campaign that year would become one of the most memorable in American history. It would be remembered not only for its result, but also for its catchy slogan that resonated with the masses. Tippecanoe and Tyler too. The slogan was a masterstroke of political marketing. Tippecanoe was a reference to Harrison's military triumph at the Battle of Tippecanoe, a victory that had made him a national hero. Tyler too was a nod to his running mate John Tyler. This slogan was more than just a catchy phrase, it was a powerful reminder of Harrison's military prowess and a promise of strong leadership. Harrison ran a campaign that was markedly different from those of his predecessors. He positioned himself as a man of the people, a stark contrast to his opponent, incumbent President Martin Van Buren, who was often seen as aloof and out of touch. Harrison's down-to-earth image resonated with voters. He was often depicted in a log cabin, sipping cider, a symbol of his humble origins and connection to the common man. The strategy was a success. When the votes were counted, Harrison had won, defeating Van Buren by a comfortable margin. His victory was seen as a triumph of the common man over the established political elite. It was a watershed moment in American politics, signaling a shift towards more populist campaigning. Yet despite the euphoria of his victory, Harrison's time in the White House would be fleeting. He would be president for just a month before his untimely death, marking the shortest presidency in American history. His victory had shown that a man of the people could rise to the highest office in the land. But his short tenure underscored the harsh realities of life in the 19th century. However, his presidency would be short-lived. Despite this, his campaign and victory remain a significant chapter in the annals of American political history. They serve as a testament to the power of a well-run campaign and the enduring appeal of a candidate who can connect with the people. Harrison's presidency, unfortunately, was cut short by his untimely death. The 9th President of the United States, William Henry Harrison, took his oath of office on a chilly day in March of 1841. His inauguration was a grand spectacle, filled with parades and public speeches, but it's perhaps best remembered for Harrison's insistence on delivering his speech outdoors, in the harsh weather, sans overcoat or hat. His speech, the longest inaugural address to date, lasted nearly 2 hours and outlined his plans for the country. Harrison was determined to shift the power balance in Washington. He intended to re-establish the power of the presidency, which he believed had been weakened under his predecessors. His vision was to implement policies that would foster economic development and uphold the principles of democracy. However, his ambitions were ambitious and his intentions noble. Harrison's presidency was tragically brief. Just 1 month into his term, the president fell ill. His condition worsened rapidly, and on the 32nd day of his presidency, Harrison passed away. The cause of his death was officially reported as pneumonia, a condition believed to have been triggered by his prolonged exposure to the elements on his inauguration day. Harrison's death was a shock to the nation. It was the first time a U.S. president had died while in office, and it plunged the country into a constitutional crisis. The Constitution hadn't provided clear guidelines on what should happen if a president died or became incapacitated, leaving the nation in a state of uncertainty and panic. Harrison's passing also marked a sudden end to his plans for the presidency. His vision of restoring presidential power and fostering economic development remained unrealized, as the country grappled with the loss of its leader and the succession of power. Despite the brevity of his term, Harrison's presidency left an indelible mark on the nation. His death sparked a constitutional amendment to clarify the line of succession, forever changing the way the United States handles the death or incapacity of a sitting president. His death marked the first time a U.S. president died in office. Despite his short term, Harrison left a lasting legacy. He was the first president to die in office, setting off a constitutional crisis that would lead to the adoption of the 25th Amendment, clarifying presidential succession. His death showed the nation the importance of having a clear line of succession, a lesson we've never forgotten. But perhaps the most personal part of Harrison's legacy was his grandson, Benjamin Harrison, who followed in his grandfather's footsteps all the way to the White House, becoming the 23rd President of the United States. Benjamin carried on the Harrison name and political legacy, serving one term from 1889 to 1893. Harrison's life and career, though brief, were filled with service to his country, from his time on the battlefield to his days in the Oval Office. His story is a testament to the impact one can have, no matter how short their time. William Henry Harrison's life was short but impactful, leaving an indelible mark on U.S. history.